Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand.
Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're white.
Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box.
What?
Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Objection!
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It is more of his loyalty deceit.
What do you mean?
Mr. White, where is your proof that the outline is that of the victim's hand? What? I should have seen this coming. Here's the show proof and prepare to meet the shears. So you can save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead. That I did not see coming.
Well, defense, how about it? Do you have proof that the outline is of the victim's hand?
What would the proof of something like that even be?
Please submit your evidence at this time. What evidence shows that the outline on the treasure box is that of the victim's hand? Take that!
I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require.
You do?
It's right here in this crime photo.
Is it? Where? Defense, please point it out.
It proves that the bloodstain outline on the box is that of the victim's hand, you ask?
Take that!
Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood.
What?
If we place Mr. Wall's hand inside the bloody outline,
You think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter?
exactly. Here goes nothing. If they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct.
Then the victim really was holding the box.
I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense will assert that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious. I protest. There's no way they would ever match up. I said that's
What, Tom Palmer? Like he just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or will you try to submit your own tongue to the court?
I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff.
Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future too, if you wouldn't mind. Never has to know it really was a bluff. Oh, Mr. Wall. I can't believe it. Sorry, Hildy. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly. Probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. That thing Mr. Wall would say to me. Maybe you can hard to make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he'd say. Yeah, he's probably warning you not to end up a thief. Mr. Wall.
Objection! Oh, wait just 1 minute. The victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box. That means Mr. Wall was holding the motor weapon when he was killed. Oh, that's a very good point. It doesn't make much sense, does it?
Objection!
If the victim was holding the treasure box, it couldn't have been the motor weapon. This means the real motor weapon must have been something else.
The real motor weapon? Or something else?
The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Australian? Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon? Saying I'm wrong in my... Are you saying I'm wrong in my Austrian? You got me wired up, lawyer man. I feel a song coming on. For a weapon that just doesn't exist. Pathetic lawyer man dropped into the abyss. Despicable lawyer man, yo, you make me sick. You can disappear just like a magic trick. What's this lawyer man done in my weapon? The users of the words how it goes back down. Yeah. And I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line. I know, Your Majesty, yet you prepare to risk it on this mere idea of a real motor weapon. Death to the lawyer! This is it, the moment of truth. I can't back down, not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real motor weapon does indeed exist. That's a bold claim, Mr. White. Now let's see you back it up. So, this piece of evidence points to the real motor weapon. Gladly. If I knew which one it was, would somebody like Astrid use the blood in someone? Now the defense, please submit your evidence to the court. Yeah, let's see it, lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows the real motor weapon you say I used.
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. This thin thread is all I've got. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion.
That photo? How's that going to help you, Mr. White?
There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Oh yeah, and what's this something? This thing here is odd to say the least.
Take that!
Mr. Andrustian, why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo?
Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes.
I believe you said your Damelin was your one and only.
Well, Mr. Andrustian, what do you have to say to that?
I got nothing to say. Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. And after you use it to bludgeon Mr. Wool to death. My old partner wasn't too so hot, so I bought her sis so long, that's all. Not a big deal, loyal man. In that case, please submit your old element to this court as evidence. Man, it's too late. I got rid of her yesterday. What? Burned her up with the rest of the trash! Asses to asses, baby! No! He's already destroyed the evidence. There's some more trash right here in this court that needs to burn in the fires of hell. Lawyer trash! No, there's no proof to show. Come on, that was pathetic. Yeah, you can sound better than that. Hear that great scream of yours. This can't be how it ends. I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assassin. That's only because the witness destroyed it. Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten the most fundamental principle of our profession. Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Anderson is the murderer is no more than conjecture. That's the plain expression I've been looking for. By the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting. What is it now? You accuse Mr. Understand of being the thief? But the real thief turned out to be the victim. Uh-oh. If that misunderstands purported motive for murder goes out the window. Report prosecutor. Tell him. If I had been there, I would have just called roll and gotten the treasure back. It wasn't at a whiff for me to kill him now. Was there? There's no good counter-arguments to that. It sounds to me like Mr. Anderson has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunately as it may be, I think it's time to hand down the verdict in this case. Not good, not good. Defense, I trust you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case.
Death! 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 Death!
What do I do? The motor weapon's been destroyed, and now I've got no motive. Poor Herbie will be convicted, and I'll lose my life too. Mr. Wright, you wasted this court's time and discard everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with less majesty, in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repenting in the Twilight realm. This guy's guilty of sin. I just know it. Must have had some reason to kill Mr. Wool. But what? People, let me hear you screaming sounds! Time to take this lawyer trash out! Exterminate! Why didn't they use the sound clip for that one? Things to do at a time like this is just turn my thinking around. I should be trying to figure out what Anderson's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Did you steal it? He said. You know that Mr. Wool was the thief, and that he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why?
before he asked Hilby that question.
What about the treasure box would have prompted him to...
Ah! The fence, what's gotten into you?
Now I get it. Now it all makes sense. Porcupine man, what you trying to say? Muttering and squirreling to yourself sounds like you knocked something loose upstairs. Your Majesty, please hold off on your ruling for just a little while longer.
Tell me you're going to stop begging for your life now.
No, Your Majesty, that's not it. It's just that I realized something important. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time.
Misconception, you say?
That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. Would it be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out.
Very well. Let's hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Your Majesty. Your Majesty, this is more of his nonsense. He's just stalling for time.
This is your last chance, defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Understand?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We all know this is going to be another one of your stupid bluffs. Now then, defense, what is this misconception you mentioned?
The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that... What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What?
What?
Please recall that when Mr. Wool ran into a Hillby on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question.
Did you steal it?
He said, "That's because that Mr. Wool was holding the treasure box at the time." So why then did he ask the Hillby the question that he did?
That is a bit particular, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Once you realize that, by the time Mr. Wool got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Wool suspected that Hillby had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Hillby when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
Objection!
How would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening it.
Objection!
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's rites. He would have been able to tell by the weight when he lifted it that the box was empty.
I see, yes. I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Wool most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. This is a point of historical artifact in and of itself, after all. What's your point, Mr. White? What does any of this have to do with Mr. Edristian? My point is this. He gave Mr. Edristian a motive to murder the victim. A motive? Mr. Edristian, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure was missing, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Wool discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever. But that's absurd! Can you believe the stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth? This is all just a colossal joke.
So then what really happened to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Purslin, Christian himself. Mr. White, please stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Duchier. Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped up charges.
The fence is grasping.
Objection!
Treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Duchenne holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection!
As I said,
The accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Her Majesty, I call for a swift ruling.
not ready to give my verdict yet. What? The fence has successfully presented a new possibility in this case.
Yes, finally, 20 shred of hope.
Mr. Duchenne, would you care to make any statements in response to the fence's claims?
This is all bull. My noggins are raids, cades, and it's ready to explode, baby. Instructor Duchenne, please calm yourself. I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watch over that treasure with pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing it. This fire is a lying scumbag! You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ear holes, sheeple. Let's rock! Death to the lying liar! Still they found us on me. I did it. This lying lawyers in such no limits. All this time I got it faithfully. Sacred duty to hold a mother easy say. Hands and clean, the accused did the deed. Bust the box open, no key did he need. Lying lawyer, condemn him to hell. Kick him, throw him into a prison cell.
Alright, we've now heard from both sides. Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused as the witness claims, or Mr. Amistrian opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Majesty.
If you're unable to prove your assertion by the end of this cross-examination, then the DC Act will come into play and both you and the accused will lose your lives.
I understand.
And for death, it all comes down to this.
Mr. White.
Don't worry, Hilby. I'm here to defend you. I promise it will be alright.
Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. White. I know you can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Miss Maya. Together!
It's a deal. I can't let Hilby down. I have to win this trial. Somehow I have to prove that only Adushian could have stolen the treasure.
Be your worst lawyer, trash! This is your FBI. The last song you ever hear on this mortal coil. Still the founders of me, I did it. This lying lawyers and such no limits. All this time I got it to her faithfully. Sacred duty, Holy Mother, easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. First the box open, no key did he need.
Hold it!
The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the one who opened it. Isn't that right? Come on. You did this stuff for yourself, didn't you? That lock was busted on account of the box being forced open. Oh, yeah. There's a proof right there. Just going for the metalhead. Look, if the accused really did try to force his way into that box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted and wouldn't open up for you earlier? How do I explain why the box wouldn't unlock earlier? Maybe there's a different way to open the box. Huh? What are you talking about? There's a secret trick to opening it to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works. Isn't that right? For real. You've been watching too many movies, loyal man. So you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. White, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner? I'll have you know the facts. The Kingdom of Hawaiian is not some sort of fantasy funland. Detroit don't have any real grounds to make that assertion yet. Yeah, I felt another song coming on. Little number about a crazy lawyer with wild, fantastic ideas. The real method to open the lock is set. There is no man, there ain't no other way. Your voice, please do add it to your testimony, Mr. Adjustier. The real method to open the lock is set. There is no man, there ain't no other way.
Hold it!
Delusional am I? We'll see about that. What I mean is that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer drowning in confusion. Indeed, the defense's simple wrongdoings have made him lose touch with reality. That's it. Where will be for the sinner's pride of fancy? Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know that there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box. Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden? The secret is obviously hidden in... There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it if you would please. You don't know when to quit, do ya? Go ahead, examine all you like. Nothing. I don't see a thing. What event? What have you discovered? I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll turn it now. I told you, didn't I tell you? Yes, you told me. There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused for us to lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right. He screwed the box by opening without using this Mitsuma key. Wait, what did he just say? I've seen as many times as I have to get through your thick lawyer skull. Only the Mitsuma key opens the treasure. Push it and leave the founder's displeasure. For the fence's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? I have to come into your brain, lawyer man. Only the time a key unlocks the treasure. Push and reap the founder's displeasure.
Objection!
Just a minute, Mr. Adjustier. You just called your key the Mr. McKee, didn't you? But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Ah! The Mitama key? What's that? I don't know, Your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question. What's the big deal? Since I said the wrong thing, so what? Simple slip of the tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wyatt, but your grandstanding betrays your discretion. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that adds absolutely nothing to your argument.
What say you, defense? Is it an important detail?
Judging by Esprician's reaction. Says everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense. Oh man, this meaningless mistake. Insignificant. You're riding the crazy trains of nowhere, lawyer man. Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense.
To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I'm eager to find out.
What?
Defense, you explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail?
Yes, it's an absolutely important detail. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's Orb.
I see. Very well, in that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim.
Grounds, Your Majesty?
Of course, so grounds. Can you not defense?
Of course! What was I gonna say? It's gonna be something, anything, even if it's just a bluff. Mitama key. Mitama. Something similar that ties Mitama and Orb together.
Keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's Orb?
Take that!
What's that? The Song of Ceremony?
This time, the answer is right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells the treasure of the founder of Quaniism. And then within its lyrics, Mr. Secret Band had to really open the treasure box.
How can that be, defense?
Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key.
Well, yes, it is in the same word, but that doesn't mean...
We've been calling this key the Magatama key. And that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. That was obviously not the right way to use it.
I suppose you know the white way?
I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first... turn the Magatama safe upside down like this. It becomes the Kurani symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama.
Oh my, you're absolutely right! Now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way.
Oh,
I knew he was just bluffing.
Bluffs and lies are the only tools of his trade, after all. Some other place this key fits, but where? Let's see. What are the words to the Song of Ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. What should the Mitama key actually use?
Got it!
My goodness! The treasure box, it really opened!
No way, man!
What? No!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of Ceremony. It's a true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne.
How so?
Let's say someone was willing to trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sorry for them, it won't budge. It's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy.
Then, what you're saying is...
Neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They therefore had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the minima key. President Austrian. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Wool's body was the very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box should have left it in that state. So, there can only be one true culprit. And then, Mr. Duchenne, you're the one who killed Mr. Wall. Him. It's all his fault. But he had to try and steal the treasure. I had to spot him with that box. My way to show him after the morning dance. It's his fault I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they'd do to me? I couldn't let... I had to stop him.
What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago.
No, I felt like unblemished record destroyed. Incredible pain, ruined. No! Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening.
Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. But the truth has been made known, so it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused, Hilary Erged, not guilty.
quite a commotion. People from the gallery show no signs of clearing out. Can't believe it. Not guilty? So in shock. Can you believe that guy? I've got everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. I've been in the defendant lobby quite uncomfortable. Mr. White! Oh, a Hillby. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while. I'm really sorry, Mr. White. I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Hillby. And now how unpopular lawyers are in this country. How did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned before today. By the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence and insights. Right. Via the royal priestess. You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair. Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impurity. Part. I'm sure she really believes in what she says, but even if her malevolence is the nation, seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Mr. White! Shh! Huh? Don't say that so loud. People might think you're a rebel. You could be arrested. A rebel? That's right. One of those people going against our queen in the court system. They call themselves the Defiant Dragons. They're led by a scary guy named the Rook. They'll do anything to overthrow her eminence, even commit crimes. The Rook? I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name. Things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff they say. But you're not as scary like that Rook guy. Pardon the intrusion. You. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see? Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I'm the Cryonese Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karukul Karayan. I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You are? Wow, the Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense Culpability Act and all. Mr. Inga, how are you, sir? Going along, mini monk. Grown-ups are talking here. Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir. May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Well then. You sound me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Wool was a seasoned thief. Oh, Peter offender, see? And my men looked into it, and they found all the booty he pilfered right there in his digs. He seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Wool? Why? Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook. A mook? How can you say that? Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed, huh? Anyway, another thing. I had my man check out that Industrian fella too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents. What? They put the squeeze on our head monk apparently. So he gave up the founder's job and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow, I see. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, say what? That was a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years.
And making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catching my drift? Oh, well, Yikes, I'm in for it now. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious nation treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time. All I did was defend the accused. You do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice. Do you get my drift? Even a dirty, no-good punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path you're walking down. You never know those toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Thanks. He was kind of scary, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about. Such as when can we continue the sightseeing tour?
Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there's still lots more temples to see. All kinds of local foods to eat. We can show you the natural beauty of the area. And there are waterfalls used for training. I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the Plaza of Devotion. There's a space where they can go you.
Alright. Slow down, Hillby. There's plenty of time.
And when we're all done with that, we can go see Miss Maya together.
Yeah, you bet. Maya, I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's okay.
So, how about that not guilty, Dirk?
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.